Welcome back to CoinAgeEra, the home where coins are not just metal, they are living memories of our shared past. Every coin has a soul, a story, and a history that still whispers across time. Today, we bring you the emotional and powerful journey of a coin that saw an empire at its peak and the world preparing for change. The 1934 one penny of Great Britain. The year was 1934, and the British Empire still stood tall, though the winds of change were slowly rising. The people of Britain were living between two great wars. The painful memories of World War I still haunted them, and yet the shadow of World War II was already forming on the horizon. In those uncertain years, a single bronze penny found its way into millions of hands, from the crowded streets of London to the quiet villages of the countryside. It became more than a coin. It became a silent witness to the heartbeat of a nation. This beautiful penny was issued under the reign of King George V, a monarch remembered for his strength, discipline, and deep connection to his people. On the front side of the coin, his portrait looks calm yet powerful, the face of a king who guided Britain through times of hardship and change. Around him runs the elegant Latin inscription, Georgius V de Gra, Brit, Om Rexvid Def Ind, IMP, meaning George V, by the grace of God, King of all Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. These words were not just titles. They represented the weight of a vast empire and the responsibility of ruling over millions of lives across continents. On the reverse side, we find Britannia, seated gracefully beside the sea, a symbol of courage, unity, and pride. In one hand, she holds a trident, representing Britain's control over the seas, and in the other, a shield bearing the Union Jack, the symbol of the empire's protection and honor. Beneath her are engraved the words "one penny" and the date 1934, marking a piece of history forever captured in bronze. Each of these coins was struck in bronze, weighing around 9.4 grams with a smooth plain edge. When new, it shimmered with a reddish glow, but over time it darkened, much like the years that followed. Many of these coins passed through the hands of factory workers, sailors, shopkeepers, and children who cherished even a single penny. It was used to buy bread, candies, or daily necessities, small things that made up the rhythm of everyday life. But the 1934 one penny carries something more profound than just economic value. It tells the story of endurance of a generation that had faced hunger, loss, and rebuilding. After the Great War, these were people who found hope in the smallest things, even in a simple bronze coin. Every mark, every scratch on the penny's surface tells a silent story of human effort, dreams, and survival. The year 1934 was also significant because it came just before the end of King George V's reign. The king would pass away 2 years later, in 1936, marking the end of an era and the beginning of a turbulent new age. Thus, this coin is one of the final issues of his rule, making it a treasure for collectors and historians alike. It represents the last peaceful heartbeat before the storm of World War II began to echo across Europe. Over time, the 1934 one penny became a symbol of nostalgia. For older generations, it reminded them of a simpler time when values were strong. Money had meaning, and honor mattered more than wealth. For collectors today, it is a piece of living history, a coin that connects us to the people of the past, people who laughed, loved, worked, and dreamed just like we do today. When you hold a 1934 penny in your hand, you're not just holding bronze, you're holding the weight of memories. You're touching something that has traveled nearly a century, crossing from one hand to another, carrying countless stories along the way. It's like holding a message from history, whispering that no matter how much time passes, some things never lose their meaning. And that's what makes coins so magical. They outlive us all, yet keep our stories alive. This is the true beauty of collecting, preserving not just metal, but moments, lives, and emotions that would otherwise be lost to time. So, if you ever come across a 1934 one penny, remember you're holding a fragment of the British Empire, a coin that saw change, survival, and strength. Keep it safe, because in its bronze heart beats the story of a world that once was. Thank you for watching this journey through time. You're watching CoinAgeEra, where every coin tells a story and every story keeps history alive. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to CoinAgeEra because together we keep the past shining into the future.